He's making Harrison miss, and Harrison's just plodding forward. I think Elifdh caught Harrison at the beginning of the round with a lovely uppercut. There it is there. You know, and it shook Harrison. He felt it, definitely.
I think there's an argument that he lost that round.
It could be.
There's Peter Harrison with Scott.
This is the fourth round coming up. Yeah. Fourth round coming up. Just keep trying to control him. Put your arms in. Just watch his hook stop. Okay. Just roll it up. That's about it down. That's it. Okay. Come, Joe.
Pretty cool and composed there.
Yeah, and just you know, clever advice from a very experienced trainer to Peter Harrison, who knows his stuff. You know, just be mindful of the hooks that are coming back, because he's swinging wildly, Elifdh, and that is all he's got. This is what Harrison will have missed out on while he's been out of the ring. The ability to close someone down and not working too much yourself. You know, little steps to the side instead of following the opponent. And it's just all things that need brushing up on, which Scott will know more than anyone.
Well, Elifdh settled down quite well to this. It's nice right hand. A few people who thought that Harrison was going to go and blast him out, and that it certainly looked that way, didn't it? It looked as though he could have been about to take him in the first round, but here we are in the fourth, and Elifdh's still giving a decent account of himself. The people who Scott really struggled with back in the, shall we say, the first phase of his career,
back in the day.
They're kind of the slick movers, weren't they?
Yeah.
Remember the Manuel Medina fights?
Yeah, very much.
Victor Polo as well. You know, I mean, did he win that fight? He got the verdict, but I'm not sure.
I remember it well, and I remember especially the Medina fight. You know, the Medina fight. Just very good high work rate from Medina always, and he was always what you saw, what he got. But he had good movement as well.
And that's what Elifdh's trying to give him here. He's trying to move, trying to stay elusive, and then hit him with counters. He's caught by a left hook as he tried to deliver. Just for a moment, Elifdh was getting into dangerous territory once more, but he's regained his composure now.
Elifdh's trying to throw away Harrison, which on one side of the coin is clever, on the other side it's like suicide, you know, but he's having a bit of success. He's just shipping the odd one or two when he throws them with Harrison, but he's landing. That's the only time he's landing, when he's throwing with Harrison.
And one thing about Scott Harrison always was that he had a granite chin. He really could take a shot.
Cast iron.
Best performance of his career, maybe when he beat Wayne McCulloch.
Yeah, great performance. Great performance. You know, all these, it's all very nostalgic talking about this for me. You know, I remember them, but it was a long time ago, wasn't it? And that's what Scott Harrison will know more than anyone. He needs them glory days back, and I'm sure the fire's still burning in him.
Well, he needs the cash, but I think he needs more than that, doesn't he? He's kind of fighting to look to regain respect.
Yeah, he's got to, and he will. He'll always gain respect by the way he fights. And you know, fighters of my generation respect him because of what he did in the previous time, but we will start respecting him again now because of what he's doing now, hopefully. I'd like to see him in the mix again with the likes of Ricky Burns, Kevin Mitchell and everybody else. Harrison
said something to Elifdh as he went back to his corner. Not sure what that was about. Few jeers as well in the crowd, which is interesting. I think they expected Scott Harrison just to go and blast this guy out. And it's not working out that way. There's that left hand.
Just again throwing simultaneously, and you know, you see a lot of knockouts that way. But Elifdh's having a little bit of success as well. He's having a bit more success than I thought he would be having.
Yeah, that was another tight round, wasn't it? Not much between them.
Yeah, it was. It was. I don't think I can split them. It's going to be interesting to see if Elifdh's got the engine to keep this up.
Just keep chasing him with the nice tight defence, pressure with the jab. Okay. And see your arms, he's panicking a wee bit. Start to panic.
The scoring's in the hands of the referee, Richie Davis, who's normally a pretty good judge. That third round was close. You could argue Elifdh possibly won that one. The fourth was close as well. There's a knockdown in the first round, so Harrison having won the second as well, surely is ahead on points, but Elifdh might be clawing his way back, and still 2 rounds to go.
It's nice from Harrison down to the body. I think that's going to be the key for Harrison, to keep targeting the body and make Elifdh's hands and work rate stop and drop.
Gun shields come out, and is Elifdh starting to feel the pace a bit? I think he felt the weight of that left hook, you know. And maybe Harrison now is starting to get to him. Gun shield coming out can sometimes be indicative. Sometimes it's a guy wanting to have a bit of a breather, and Harrison's going looking for him now.
It's a good shot. This is good for Harrison, John. Elifdh's always reminding him that he's there. He'll throw a big shot and it'll come close to the target area, and it'll always keep Scott Harrison on his toes. That's what he needs. He won't want to get in with, you know, an opponent comes to the ring like a bag of washing who can just pull out there. He'll want to get in there with someone who's ready, who's live, and who will come back to him with shots like this.
Rounds under the belt. And while the fans might like to have seen that spectacular knockout, that's a good left hand from Harrison. Elifdh takes it well, though, and comes back with a decent, solid right hand of his own.
It's keeping him reminded all the time that he's there. You know, he's not doing nothing devastatingly good. He's not doing anything that's flashy, that's making everyone say, you know, everyone cheering up, but he's doing the right thing. He's keeping away from Harrison, making Harrison tire himself out by making a miss and trying to come back with the big shots.
Joe Elifdh's friends and family will be watching this, the kids at school no doubt as well, and he's coming through with a lot of credit, particularly having been on his backside in the opening round. Elifdh still trying to stay up on his toes, trying to remain mobile.
You can see why the crowd will be cheering and will get a little bit frustrated with this type of fight, can't you, John? But they've got to be a bit knowledgeable. You know, they've got to understand that Harrison needs to get back into things.
And the big one coming up next. One fight to come, and that is Ricky Burns against Kevin Mitchell. A bit of a disturbance in the crowd, people turning around at ringside to see what's going on, and the security men are up in the bleachers sorting it out.
Michael. So Doddle, mate. So Doddle now, pal. Last round, yeah? You don't want to stay focused on it now, listen.
Last round coming up.
Can you sit tight? You might have a little bit more of it, but...
Another of the new sponsors, Nuts. That's me. And Paul, professional and oblivious to all things like that.
Nice pumps.
Beg your pardon, is that a Scouse euphemism?
No, he had nice shoes on, I was just noticing the pumps.
All right.
I'd like to see Elifdh come out and have a go here, John. You know, he's done well. I think it was a mental battle with him, what his corner was suggesting and pointing out as well. I'd like to see him come and realise, you know, I've made the 5 here, it's the last round, let's have a little go and see what he's got.
Well, Scott Harrison knows that this lad has given it a go. And again, he gave a little bit of a word of, I think, appreciation before the last round began. He had a word with Joe Elifdh as much as to say, you know, you're doing well, thanks. Harrison, for me, has to be winning the fight.
Yeah.
Though not quite as easily as perhaps he'd anticipated, and he shipped to right hand as he came inside then.
I think this is another one of those fights, John, for me, where he won't be happy with the performance, but I think the people around him will be happy with it because it'll do him the world of good. I think these rounds are invaluable to him.
Cobwebs being brushed away. Will he ever get it back to the highest level? Only time will tell with that. Joe Elifdh, though, certainly tonight has helped him along the way, even though he's not going to win this fight. Not unless he finds some big shot. Always assuming that Richie Davis is seeing what we are.
Yep. If he is seeing what we are, a knockout may make things a knockdown may make things a bit interesting in the last round.
Two of them landing solid shots there. It's not all one-way traffic for Harrison. Going to work on the body now. Harrison looking now as though he's resigned to the fact that he's going to have to go the 6 rounds.
This will be a bit of a new experience as well, apart from the layoff for Scott Harrison, because his last maybe 20 fights, 15 fights were all against top-level kids, you know, and to come in against someone who doesn't want to win, doesn't want to come and really rip the title from you, rip everything that you've got from you, you know, it must be a strange experience for him.
Elifdh showing that he's ready to trade as we come towards the final 30 seconds of the contest. Chopping right hand from Harrison was well delivered. Well, you heard the oohs and ahs coming principally from the back of the hall, I think. But Elifdh found it with that right hand. Good hand speed.
Just those little reminders again, just to let him know that he's there.
6 rounds over, and Scott Harrison knows that he's been given a test tonight. Credit to Joe Elifdh. Harrison, I'm pretty sure, is going to get the points verdict, particularly with that first round knockdown. But Joe Elifdh has his own little moment of triumph, I think, by seeing it through the distance.
I don't think anyone in the building would have thought he'd have gone the distance after the first knockdown.
Right hand caught him off balance, didn't it?
Yeah, back of the head as well, you know, it's just shoved him off balance a little bit as he was dipping that way anyway.
So, Scott Harrison waving to his fans, and Joe Elifdh, I think, has made a few tonight, and Scott Harrison appreciative as well. Here is the verdict, here's the result.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Richie Davies scores the contest 60 points to 53. The winner in the blue corner from Bells Hill in Scotland, Scott Harrison.
Well, Joe Elifdh shaking his head a little bit at that score, which indicates that Scott Harrison